Yamwakwa abada se Adom TV Premotobre Kasee. Nyabreneti ensamni chemo ankasa setifo behye ne nso a encheye ene ayede abusua ya womo edidem jeze nipa miensa na wo abusua mu nyina no wono edidem oba no wani no oba no oba tan no maame no ono nana ne de ye kakra na wo hwese de ehoro be manie enkura nyina yare na ogya wo mo hokoe ti enya akase no yare tu dwa wadaroma momu anti enne abusua na nanke yemfo onye hwe na oba tan adwane agya wo ma no madaroma ne adoye ahodo a monye ye no ene wanya baabi edi won mutiri ato Adom TV Kasee eto aso
Etimu baka ya braka kreni ena Adom Kasee de ama no bobi efri abro obokol ewo abra asebu kwa mankesi mensini mu ba ya na ya rehosempa ewa ama no bonu mu no yehu se owure bi okuta memu miensa ankoda nyina ya afo no na yire a ono no wo sa ankoda gya ankoda na agunu so a sesei wakopa be mofofra aware a aye nsempi ohwe abusua bra bomu a wonda ebukura sisudua se no kura se ebi mutiye ebi ntiye na bibi so ntiye kura ewa amadebo yechiri no adofo bi aba wonsra bemom sesi am no kasei wahye dankura miensa a toilet mbafo mu a wo kire se wosi wi ebeboa mabusua wasetire mu akoyi ye ba hakoi na chiri no hwam na start so mo ye den na dintina ma o mo bai
SDF na chere wo ba ya wo hu Adom chere program SDF na chere wo ba ya wo hu ya wo so baby amada ni ye nti wo bobo me chere me we sidan dankwaku anare mienu bi wada amame nti SDF na chere wo ye se edwuma no mame
enu achire no adofo bi nso so e de wheelchairs ne niema hodo bi ebeboa ama nkwada na setirima akoyi nso so abeche wo mu sisi am no kasei Ghana diaspora South Africa Cape Town so aka wonsase a wodi sika abrabusuye se wonfa mo wa setirem abrantia wogina South Africa fo ya na emu no ne Adom Kasee bo nkomo kire de ehye wonkura ntia ama otu sa na amo no
efri South Africa Cape Town Ghana diaspora ya wo South Africa Cape Town ena ehunu asemu wo YouTube na edebeto ye platform na chese aya ahomete se mi pa na emum na ye nsusu ni saa se de ye hunu no ni nim se ebi aye bosrim kan bi enso mi ankasa na ene de amitu anamo beduru ha na ya reho se mi pa ya chese asefem ti na e ba ya ye South Africa Cape Town ikuti 7400 kakra nya na omo so mfa na omo mfa mo abo omo se de be ya omo asetene mu bekoyi
enu achire no papa ni gina nkwada na namu gi niema no ka se wada se bi mra bio enne de wonsa kan de na mpinfo de ba wo ka kire wo
maka che wada me de yankopon da ho ase jere obia oyam ammo bia me de yankopon da ho ase wo hu mobo no jere sebe won hwe mo problem na mo problem nyina ya ayarefo oba na me won to so sisiara we primincha okoba bi ndi kacha adofo nyina ro bia hu mobo jere ayo wonti no ya me sino I huwa ndino ya the mission.
Ndizo abano wati
nka. Abandi jara ndizo yinu ku wa kwa manka sinti. Ono yinu ku wo mu ndi menna wa men yehwe ne bio.
Enti sei ena ma no bo a yedi efi obokro ba no aba aso e wo so no afreda mo e di ama no bo efiri abra obokro ena ebra Adom Kasee
Nyamisho bia ya wodene sempo na ne kaprehye mu ama enne abusua na nkowra ho na nesede aba wo mo animu na yebeto so abawura yensam foforo emu na empanifo edi akotene wo Kada Riders Association mu ene MPP amanyoko na hietie won mo nhyehyɛ ahodo a wowo edema okadafo ewo man Ghana mu sabria yehwe animu se yebekọ akoto abano na National Secretary General Secretary dema Kada Riders Association se Wamo edi letters akọ political parties ahodo ni nyina obi amfi wo MPP foi ena afi wo nti won wogidie ne wanu asem nti wo sesa won madwene se nei obekọ MPP mu fi senhye sha wo dema wo mo no eye papa Adom TV eto so
Mpanimfo ene nipa bi a woka Kada Riders Association ho ene nei wone MPP amanyoko ni mu mpanimfo ekodi nhyiamu ekotie ensama wo ma wo no mu e wabra yebebo awura afempenu ne aduonu abatowe mu otwetwe ni panyimpa a wono ene da Kada Riders Association nano Majid Amadu ekasa e wo nhyiamudie nase ene oditu dwa se
NDC tam no onu ma na de ko parliament edi illegal edi two motos e band Okada But ye nim de won hu ye nti na osisese de oberi galaze. To be galaze dia ma woni association ntenase. Ye from a mu fie ye di any association do come office. E de akoma o organizer, deputy organizer. One frey o mu fie. Nti sese MPP ehia ye no ma ba ye nchen dia. Ye nti o mu ka ye be declare your vote e de ama MPP.
Enwachi ena mantam dom frefo e de ma MPP amanyoko no Moses Abo enso e de to Okada adrawafo anim se onkra won huye se de be ya dane da woni aposifo enya nkitahudie bone bia.
The executive no make sure say no be brandy ye Okada riders no at least obia a share reflector na wa share helmet na wa share the boot ni yanga zones e di amamo ye di police won be kasa de ti ya police won echi no enye bibia o ebi mu edi moto no e bokro no mebu ana
ne kwakra ena domfrefo edema MPP amanyoko no Samia Wuku ehye Okada drivers ebose se MPP amanyoko no esat na dwam afimpenu ne aduonu baako a National Transport Policy no wode bedi dwuma se de be ya wobetimi ama Okada riders nyina adwuma ye ewo mayi mu
ye pese from 2021 eko NPP the leasing policy ebeba enen no obi a oye Okada ye bema an alternative sane ye bibi work and pay and as a bit nya car ketwa na at least wo sha so no de no akwa kwaje na wo ye adwuma na kakra sika ba onsa no na ba be ye odia
Ayanto Premotobre Kasee no so na yenko ensam no emudi aban na yekrado say yemra shebedwafo ni nyina bamba mu eden no wode ebema wo Interior Minister around Bruce Derry and eden sami eto edwane nyina ni ginamra shebedwani a obonto a wawie kofie nipa bomfo bi hia no kwan mu abonito amene wato nananom ensiedo
Oswafo wo hwe efisem so Bruce Derry e de sansem we tudwa wo emrahye bedwam e na o kire mu se esanse enipa bonfo asori a na ne da wota emrahye bedwafo so nti sesei aban abonitirimu po se wo bema emrahye bedwafo nyina bodyguard se de be ya obetimi abo won ho ban oni nsemtwefo twetwe nkomo wa bra owie nhyiamudi e wo emrahye bedwam e na o kire mu se sesei aban eyi aposifo ahanu a wonom e na wo behwe abo emrahye bedwafo ho ban a wo hya sesei se de be ya da ne da emrahye bedwafo a nipa bonfo ta won so no etubetwa.
What we have proposed is that between now and the end of the year, we are going to provide additional 200 police personnel to be part of the Parliamentary Protection Unit, making it therefore attain the status of a divisional police command that would take care of members of Parliament as bodyguards.
Enwachi ena otitrani edema emrahye bedwam ahobambo ene efisam so na nakwa me champon editu dwa se ekwan ya aban afaso no eyade a ebeboa emrahye bedwafo pa woni Adom Kasee amane boni abednego asante asiedu etwetwem komo ena okire mu sei
won kontabu no adwenkyire mu no edimu se otumi ye saade ne de boaye ena ebeboa emrahye bedwa no so enya sese bi de bia meka enhwe nipa na oye emrahye ni no a wote ho no na emom hwe nipa osom no asoye na otimu na awosom no eno na ye asenhia enye nipa no
ne kwakra ena emrahye bedwane de matakwansu ayem George Mirekuduka ene sanarigo emrahye bedwane abafuseni ene Adom Kasee etwetwe nkomo ede nsema huduo bi etudwa
mobo minister na bado or dam critical decision we taking because we did the echo kwansa he for the aha me office hana mostly me unity me nua me yanko na oye MP na mawesi no wa ho papa
this case late in the day but better late than never. This follows persistent appeals from members of Parliament and Mr. Speaker said as a mass security mass. But one other thing they actually say, what is the timeline? Because okay, time be no be.
Na semwe ebeto dwano security analyst awudo no mu bi kasa na baako a yenya no eye owura Adib Sani wa homa so miene ne eni enkomo free se woni aban nya dwene e wosan hyehye we mu owura Adib Sani awie wote yenka ye mo ahamu akwa abado ba Adom TV Premotobre Kasee so
Yeah, yeah.
Osha mrano so samra so bedwafo ye bema obia bamboni.
Baby, express understanding the issue at stake. Yeah, Jenny say we the MPs asem kwa but baby a chain MPs we a wider national security issue. Yeah, my MPs bodyguards yeah localize the issue no and star a costa and already police civilian ratio and progressive. You know, for every police officer, you are about 900 Ghanaians, and star ratio no very different from the prescribed UN ratio of 1 police officer to 500 citizens. So already, so much pressure on the already very minimal retrogressive number in terms of police civilian ratio in Ghana. Also, some lives matter, other lives don't matter, because on annual basis, there were about 500 murders in Ghana. Of the 500 murders, how many are MPs? Okay, the thing is, MPs are not important, and are only safe 24/7. They be just as other Ghanaians. Issues of insecurity, they are higher because on daily basis, it comes through, but there were fundamental issues they were addressing rather than superficial provision of security for MPs. No, and can you address fundamental issues? No, to the benefit of the wider general population and also MPs at the same time.
Enti we minchwan o sha ade ne yebetumi aye se ye mo security individual protection na eno mo a se ne de ne ye nyefi se won bambo no ehu hia Ghana ni bia nso e bambo no hu hia na se no de aha ne ye hyase wo hwe de na wo se nke ye dan se ye se obi aye mo bambo fo no
many MPs say who attend the criminals no after omu more vicious, omu more audacious to the extent to say omu betumi attack police officers in broad daylight. Attack bullion van. Bullion van, there's an armed escort with a fully loaded AK-47 rifle. It's because of the fact that there were well over 1.2 million illegal gangs. That was the system. According to Kofi Annan, about 2015 baseline survey. After a chance, there were a fledgling local gun manufacturing industry of Ghana. But once over proliferation of small arms and light weapons, the criminals become very imposing because sometimes more firepower change law enforcement. So apart from that, there were issues with the fact that they are modernizing a crime fighting techniques in Ghana. Still, investigative process no be a manual, but there were biometric databases. You bet me I use NIE, NHI, passport, etc. The integrated systems improving crime and investigation. And yes, sir, a lot of criminals would even be prevented from, would be discouraged from even committing the crime in the first place.
And so,
there were issues of court, okay? Case record court. It would pay for a very long time. Or mobile child or remand for a very long time. They are protracted criminal cases. The criminals will be tempted to believe that, yes, indeed, and so they would even be discouraged from perpetrating it in the first place.
And so, not just a police near didn't actually here. Name your system, no, never see a yenny. Na Sebia Bibi Crassa, Coswa, your security no baby crumb to me a track as any panel.
Exactly, Minya.
Never do us so come but as I say, a cumbia, let us work but Abia or Bambo Bioma, one also a bon who buy on also to me a day a yard, and Tabia the work can also a here, but still, I was say be a Bambo be a coswo, said the Yamam Penny and a be a minister, son of Niade.
But Minya, the thing is, criminals will Bambo 410 with you, they can target you. Because usually, Omukita high powered rifles and police for bodyguards, Omukita pistol. So assuming we took one from nowhere, 4 assailants with AK-47s or more shooting all over the place. Who best room to remove your pistol? And usually we eliminate the threat. So and yet about way because tactically or functional security ain't useful. Okay. Secondly, I bet yet to say, okay, the rest of Ghanaians, they will be left to our fate. Okay? And yet failing to address the wider contextual issue of national security. Because insecurity across Europe, where new since 2017, according to police statistics, according to statistics from the Bureau of Public Safety, even the U.S. Department of State in almost 2019 travel advisory warning, they stated it. Almost insecurity is going up by the day.
Ye kura now word back ben na obeka kira ban e was our protection or dey mabambofo no wo manya ye wie die na obeka obepese onye ebeboa.
They improve the in criminology, situational crime prevention. Then create that environment where it will not be profitable to even commit crime in the first place.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, sir, will be succeeding in preventing even the crime from happening in the first place.
Yeah, that's it. Papa, ora deep signing no or your security expert and I would say we no edi enkomo wo bambo mu ensamo ene ya ban dia todwa se wode emma mrahye bejafo ye beto Premotobre Kasee no so na ye de akọ yensam foforo mu na the Supreme Court e de atodwa se ora Kennedy Japan the contempt case no kebeya yenyin free ho na yemma ojeje foforo nso entena asem no eso de akọ so Adom TV Kasee edeba
Supreme Court esigina yese sisi mrahye bedwane Kennedy Japan contempt case na eda court no won fama judge foforo no ntena dwam indi court yi de atodwa se otemuafo emoswunta wuni sisi wabra no se ekọ animu no obetena se eti asem no odi sansem wetu dwa abra aloyafo a wogina mu ede mrahye bedwane no eba otemuafo wunta wuni kwa adu se de wosi di asem no woni enye ho mrahye bedwane Kennedy Japan sentia de contempt kwa adu eba no ene se okokka nsem bi ena enam so ema otemuafo wunta wuni efre no court echire say omechire sentia eni se court etwena so ewo nsema okaye no ehu.
We respect the court. We are thankful to the court. It's been our case to have this matter resolved, and that has been our posture. And I want us to understand it that way without any misreportage. I thank you. If there are any
Would
questions,
you consider this a vindication of the position you have held against Justice Wuni from the very onset?
Exactly so. And if you, at the hearing, you realize that the court itself took note of the emphasis we placed on paragraph 19 of our affidavit in support. And all of you were at the High Court. You were witnesses to proceedings, including matters that I would not want to make reference to. But we respect the court system, and we believe that at the end of the day, what we want is for justice to manifest.
And to Premotobre Kasee no so me da se wo hwe ko Facebook/Adom TV said ya wo ya no manager ho like comment na afi wo share sabe ya won so wo chire no behunu sampa na ye de ebremo ye beto so obawura nsam foforo emu efiade ebe na chese ne na wotwe emu ano no mfanteman mrahye bedwane ye owura ekọ kwansa hefo de pabonfo bi je ne kra efri no ensam ntie ba sa no na abom emu no nyina pusa na nayi MPP amanyoko no mpanifo akwa asetena ene omo adwene ho hu se okunani ba Ophelia Hayford we assistant superintendent of police oni ni kuna de ensam ni chemu Adom TV Kasee edeba
Era Ophelia Hayford wa we ASP ena nanu ada MPP amanyoko no ekotwahia mu ehini mabosome de to so dumiensa wa fimpinu ne aduonu mu ekoyi no se wono ena enyina mu emanuku no ekokwansa Hayford a wato na nanu mu nsiedo wakoyi oposi ni nti abetodwa se wode ne nkrata akoma aposi adwumayeko no a wo kire se watwene dibre ansensan ayefre no resignation letter no so manfo bekaye a owura ekokwansa Hayford ena nanu ada ena enipa bonfo bi ekoto hye no so ebo nutuo ekun no ansa no wobekọ ne krachi no wadi kan ede ne din akoma abato San yawada ehini mebosome de toso nwatwe afimpinu ne edunu mu ano wo kire se wo pese wo sa tena dwam Mrahye bedwam dibre e wa afimpinu ene edunu abato mu wonu me wa abato mpesua so hobi ene Adom Kasee twetwe nkomo editudwa se wonde wo pese maami etena dwam na wo sini kunu anan
ni fo tradwen no mo pese adwan mi madwen kire ne se me se na enubla na bananke yen kan se ye bia ye pa obi ye de na kwesese ba ye nya me pa na se kan se ye kode a no nyupa ne mu pa na oye no enipa obetima to aso ene na yire sani dia so ere ye kan
honorable ekokwansale ye nkrofo si wo hui de ole ye no sisi obi obotum aboa ye ni abrimom but say we de obi le ba ye payinfo le trase we de obi abade or we make sure that we de ne yele ba eya ne yele wo yo obi o mankesima ye mpa bi obi bia aha da ye pe enti wa ya ma ye
brase de musu no ye hu woni yenu mu nse mo support this we de obi le ba one for wife one for number because you are because the massive ways no him sam nso we de obi le ba za na ye susu de you say so woni mu na mo butum aye na ye so butum aye
So wokɔ public elections regulations emremu section 4 CI 127 a ɛkyerɛ sɛ sempo abato commission ɛde wɔnom ɛpɛsɛ ɛkɔpere emrahye bedwam dibre ɛba wieye na nso ansa na ɛbɛto aba no wɔnom a ɛkɔpere dibre ne bi ɛto ananom nsia do a ɛnefo abɛsedu ɛwɔ hɔnom a wobetimi ɛde ama obi abesi nanan na no ɛnenam so a MPP amanyoko no ɛsi saa gyinaye no a wɔde maame no ɛsi ne kunu anam ɔtwetwerɛfo panyin ɛde ma MPP amanyoko no John Boadu ɛne Adom Kasee ɛtwetwe nkɔmɔ ɛkyerɛ sɛ ampa wɔde owura ɛkɔkwansa Hayford ɛyere Ophelia Hayford and Esi and I saw no and Majoremu Empemrashe Bedwam Dibre ewo Mfanseman.
The whole constituency leadership and party, the regional setup and the national setup deem it fit that his wife is the backbone of the husband. She knows the constituency very well, and considering the large support that the husband has and the kind of difficulties that the constituency is going through, a lot more of the constituents think that we should let the wife continue. There was a massive consensus at the constituency. There was no dissent at all. Massive consensus at the constituency level, at the regional level, and at the national level. And we've had that discussion. We'll formally announce it.
Na wasansem we mu no Adom TV Kasee ko ho fantemana bato mpesua so ene omanfo bi edi enkomo a wo mu nsam a wodi tu dwa no enie
Aja tumde oya honorable no wife ombigina what's the meaning so today the morning
Yempo info wakasa sebe yentumi twa wanu ko ho efuti yiwa ji papa aye wa namde adu banda bunu da president be ma amtiti na waka no wife no vote no agitation of those present and aye wa even though neck member officially making but that other platforms there you know what's about
that's the party painful, especially His Excellency the President of the Republic, because we party and our grassroots party painful there. So you say Kasa would say it is a Kasa would say that it's man you go competent you compare IGCT you form band in a president of the Republic of Ghana and so sit in so ya bon bem na ya form of for na form of for Miss Ophelia
Premotobre Kasee na ugiso wo hwe Adom TV so na ye ko isa so ye no wa Upper West achimbensi mu wapo ye mantemu wo mo sre Ministry of Communication so wo mra sese no wo meboa wo mo fise mu odin so wo pese wo mu no obi di nkomo wo tetefon so a just wo furu dua na wo mbenya network na no da senye nyame na fafie pa nka kwasite wi a esan ko nti wo ko furu dua nka wo ye bu ahwe no nti na aka ho bi mo de won nsem to dua sempanifo hwe emu awo mo
Adehye wo achim isa so eno no wo Upper West achim mensimu ewa piemantemu no e de adesre soronko ato aban ene telecommunication companies ahodo ninum se wo mra won sere ban manimanimu yi sense telecommunication network eni kuro no so honti se wo be ye call a age wo fu nkube eni nnua ahodo ansa wakosiri nkom aye call no eno emu akora abrantie bi furukube se wakoye call mo bofo mu a nyame nko an ka woto ananan wonse do wɔkyerɛ sɛ ekura wɔte so yi ɔgyefo no hwan sa ban mu mpenifo bi baba hɔ a agye sa abato aso ansa nti obi hu haw na waboa wɔn ne sei nti na wɔne fa Adom Kasee so atɔn wɔn haw akyerɛ amansan sɛ wɔmra wɔn sra ban mu
network semde ɔha yɛn pa enyi network kyɛ kɔfu kubi ana kokubi tetenti akɔfo akogina na ansa na akɔfuro bi debi ɔkra yɛtumu fo obi ne dan ansa na network
wala so mpa na ye dan mfu bi mama pa ho nti ona no hia network no hia ye to abama no obi ampo ma ha bio waja wo mi ala ye fra ba ne wo magina asere won ye show ona na aka se ye fie ba bi na fisi ye be pore fisi ye nkre bi le e bi obi hia wa chi se kofu de ansa na
ye be ye call da ma chi se ke gina ba bi achichira ansa na nya network wa ha ye nya network obi flower on ba woso fro bi onko bibi hia kra na ke bi pa na afre no kra nya network obi flower manti na na kufado ni nya ala ye bi sade no ba ye ma he
wo ba ha wa hia be kasere wo be bi si bi amen so ya hwe nyima omba nti ye hwe de wo ba wo bo he na yesu ye ho ahan kakra wa ha
ye ni network how de ye wo bi papa enya dia se se bi ya wo gine krampo no obi frɛ wa enya de obi nya no obi so frɛ wa emba nti network asem de papa pa
isa so edachim across so Asaman Kasee ene abam mfimfin adehye ne kire se wonya telecommunication network no a ebeboa ama abrabɔ atumpɔn afedamo ede amane boyi efri achim isa so ene Adom Kasee
Yankwachirponi ewo Northeast Mantam no emu na contractor dinde Alhaji Abdullah Idrisu ibu afuse etwum ama na eme kasa school dan wosi wo ho no wakwa tutum den safa agunu botom nyina nse wasi awie wo matua sika no mu fanfa aka watwe wo mu a 2016 bepem ne on sankan ti wakwa to school dan mu Adom TV etwaso
Contractor bi an buafu aye freno Alhaji Abdullah Idrisu ene nei wakoto sukuu bi mu ewo chirponi ewo atifu apu yamantamu esanse sukuu mpanifo empese obetua ne ka ewo dwuma wo ye no oni Adom Kasee atwetwe nkomo na odi tu dwa se sa sukuu ya fimpenu no dunsia mu ena wo siwie ya ono akasa ko bange ekoje bosia edi besi sa adan no enso wie ye senka sukuu mpanifo betimetua ne ka no bese fie num ne die oyi wani se de hwe ensiye esukuu fo bi a oni Adom Kasee di nhyiamu etoto sere contractor isa da Roma wo mebie sukuu ne ma won we are
pleading with the government to help us, to wake up on sleeping to help us with our pay the contract so that our school will start teaching and learning.
And we came to school and we realized that our school has been locked by red bandanas. And we have found out that the contractors has not paid. So we are pleading from government to wake up from sleep to help pay the contract so that we can start teaching and learning successfully.
Enwechi ena contractor Alhaji Abdullah Idrisu echiremu a sesika okoje wo bange no sesei bange fota na eta no so na bere bia obekwa aban na musini Abdulrazak Tahidu wo se wonfa ne sika ma no bosha wohye ne nyina nya de a wodi ne nyina eso afi wasaka de to aso se afra se obenimbo suminim ena mensiri ne engineer panyimpa edito nanim se wonko bi esukuu no no wontwe ne sika no nso ebesi nne wontimi ntua sika ne ma wo no ne senti ena ogusu a wakwakoto sukuu ni mu no
yes school no 2016 na hana over ana luckily omantna omuma eskanobi omantman training na ana we musu baye no oma eskanobi ala my goma no by 2 years ago no oma eskano up to date ya kwa omusa eskano ma discanning na the common plan by come say oma discanning na say school ya the bank loan those bank no so higher ana na no metisa common fan ba no fe this ana me call odi me call ana so so mo discan ni na ya twa skaba da bia sa na mo ya na sa metisa common fan ba me sa fe this pick call no ana me friend ni abo na mani am be friend no pick ya da bia sa na o ya oba tia wantia
Premotobre Kasee na wo wa Adom TV so na de edu so no eye Adom trotro yenko damte tobia ho ewo teshi camp 2 na ye busasa nyenye bia no mrahye bedwafo wo mu hia bambo 24/7 na damte tobia ni
eye teshi camp 2 na eye debate version of Adom trotro say na da eye no eye Monday, Wednesdays and Friday bia na de ba na topic no debate no the other one say sisi ano akoba say eye MPs nya ya mo police protection ye busa se wa wo hye ene wa wo ha no aso ujiri se ne kwan so ano ana se enye ne kwan so ano no wo hye omo ha ya mi bonkum so se na enye na ano no but ina me nifa so say eh now no nuka say nke mo police protection me say no yan kwa ne nti omo de nti omo ka sa asem no message say free eh me bonkum so opani oba sha camera no obodin de nti na ofi say police police protection dey am MPs no I didn't know say nya ne kwan so ano no
kebi da say pe say ma bad TV na ma dwiri say ehu ya say be protection because that's what I say e wo manu omo protection my I say hey dwuma mo e mo na hwe o mo yen so mo no mo hwe ye ntimi aka bi kwan de ehu hia e be da say pe ehu hia okay format ma de oto is any also so idea
mi so be ya den sesi ade ya dwan ya from Teresa Telemensa ya dwan ni se sesi ade police inspector no protection no omo akasa omo kope sesi asemi amitra no na ya bom tuo no omo be bisa se ya ma me protection ana ya na ya form no ya di omo kotena ho ya do omo kotena ho dia na omo kire omo adwen e na omo di kire ye sesi ya election no ya kuku nkofo bebre omo protection am omo ape na sese omo pe ye na sese de yakum MP bi de omo tatorote am ba invite wo ni wo wa to protection many oje ani no to omo ko protection omo fama ye fi se ye na ye form ana ye de omo ko tena ho omo ye bu ya kwase a ene de mu de aba na ye try ya adwen ani off omo ko sa se de yakum omo no ni omo diska no omo di no ya ka kire omo se wonum se wo ya be aduma bi na wo pe fa so wo so dia ene bodenche ya to o ye wale ya to o bambo no bambo ya buo he yo hia ya to o bambo yo hia na ya buo he
yo ba so ya friend Millicent Ajelesoa me so ma dwen kakra me kira fa ho ani se ya nyi ntum se be hwehwa ma wom da Midday me nyitum Debbie say ya me mu anka say ye niska kakra bi yesi akobo besia kakra bi akobo besia say ye ko pesa protection ama wom na ye ne ye ko fesika ko tuom ka so mo beji omo anka so mo salary ni binom de tuom ka de a eni omo kan che eni afo mo mama wom no mo protect wom no na so mo ye omo adwen say da bia ye tie de ya nko school ni bi nti no ye de ye ton kra ye ntomi so ma ye de ho akye no mo de bia omo di bibia free no mo de omo ko no mo nyoma no fa so de ya nyi ntum eja me tie tie no
but unji ni say I say wama wasuma obi so nkoto ade o temamro na wo maniska obesi na wakota ade na bro say wo na wasuma MP no represent mo constituency e na wama no say onko parliament ade na wo man police see wo man police protection wo man bibia na nko okwa obetumi atene ho aye adwuma na unji ni sa
me nyi ni sa ehun hia fi se ni bebre wo memo ye kunkum mo a omo so mo ye nkrofo ma ye nkopa bibia fa ma o say na me sister na kire no so omo nyina omo wo ho eti sa protection ni de enya de be ya adwuma no omo nyi from adwin
yo ye da say ahafo no say dabi omo de ni kwa say mo protection ye nko mo say de enti ye mo police protection say de am mo awie opani ubeji wabodi e de enti na wo say wo support say ama
you friend me Isaac Aji na me first say ye mo protection I dey na me cancer I hate to say opposition and then we are dealing with powers right obi pese we nko enim obi pese we nko enim say who do MP ko now let's say they are giving a ministerial appointment not because other constituency nim say the bema constituency MP now ye bibi say be kuna ube ni den because mind you the MP is fighting for the constituency not for his family. And let me cite this example. You see now our roads are being completed. If he shouldn't go in to lobby for this, it will not happen. You are protecting. Who are you going to protect? How is the country going to develop? So they need our protection, and then I think the police are already being paid. So it's not other payments that is going to be for them because they're already being paid by the government. So they guarding the MPs and the ministers. I think there's nothing bad about it. We want to be a new crowd.
Yo, me that's your friend Gabriel Aqua. Na media misuzu say MPs na ya mom police protection e dia mom no e ne kwan so ano no. If we say MPs no omo adwuma no e den e na risks bibre enso e na ewom. E na yesan ka kasa bi nso say dodo anisa nea oso intakrache Inti ne saa no esane omo adwuma no akwan omo tutu any meetings omo kɔ ne anajo any campaigns omo kɔ no ni nyina no risks wom inti as say yentimi oman ntimi mbɔ mo ho ban se ne be ya omo to no betimi anya ahofama bi no ma ye adwuma no no ma ye ne ye e de asom ommanfo me da ase
open so be chere wadwe ade wo see police protection
yeah, of course. Midday Siddiq Salis to say sana menu no makano. The police in our democratic governance, no more to say, Titino, yeah, our kings and chiefs, they represent us. Say, Bibi, unfortunately, say, Sisia, Omoko, Eko, Kamadrin, Omonka, Omanadrin. Upon all that, like my brother rightly said, our roads and hospitals being constructed in Omona, Omukodi, and Maye. And, you know, struggling for power, it's something very, very tough. Very, very risky. And we are in election year. Not only election year, this is my brother can know. Election year he knows say way or this time me so I be the next 4 years so even primary school so obeying free ho. And this is where our unfortunately Ghana politics baby I could do no. Yen to me can say okay omumbo muhumodin enti yen jomo na the risk should take them. Okay. Upon all what is happening, they are still representing us. Omu just say, for example, lejukuku ayewe, say ye MP niwa ye kunu ena will have problems. And there is a wise saying, say adia ebetumia said dakron. I don't know how to say it in Tree, but in English it's like what can be protected for 10 years can be destroyed within a night without a leader in that country or in that community. And he said, yeah, MP, yes, we are dying, but these are our leaders that we have elected them, we have appointed them to represent us in the Parliament House. Okay. So we believe strongly that the government should protect them, okay. And we support the protection of the government. Okay,
yeah, that's it. We much in a more question, Bibusana. But Eddie kind of, we actually young kwa, most 1 minute. But they must say, you can say, ma police protection here, that woman, and MPs, no. I didn't hear.
Me pacho, me the FM is Sarafina. Na Nancy, I mean, pese, Bema, MPs, ni ministers, no police protection, they say. Omo muhon sebio time a yen fasa law win by no omo protect you omo dada. Na ye mafo so ye wo ho no say omo protecting ya one na beto my MP no ono baba be MP. Say ye no wa so no any asma o fine say ko boyen. So udu ho a wadwi na wo ka unka ade ma ne boyen na ye tia ne ye nkofo a kun ye emwaye enti mo protection enwu ya because omo wo ho no omo di omo hu ni dada like they have protection on their own. Uko high obisa ombeshe wa so protect you. Wa won na ko jina ba nti to be say ombo passion manual
Pacho your friend me Dorothy Tete. Pacho nanka me pese me bi so ma sem bi say omo ka say omo kofa police for be me bisa say ministers for no mu ni obi a osho mu no mu obi Pacho
if the ministers are having protection from the government, how risky is their job more than that of the member of parliament? Here, and they are all leaders. So at here, yes. So Miniano can say your friend is saying Miniano can say. Protection. They are not representing themselves. They are representing a constituency.
Okay, yeah, that's it. You're ready to you're fancy. Oh, you're ready. You're about to be. You're ready to move some studio. Now see Jemwa. Jonathan can answer. Also over to you. Baby, I do there. So what shall we now make show? Yeah, you know, but what I said there. Away.
Yeah, that I'm Tobias say Papa pass Adom Church no dia bread. They do so no ye ko Kokromoti power ha aye election headquarters in some no ye to obey ye ba beto ya to awie hu nsem nyina no ya mafidie no enna ha ene multimedia ye channels awodo ni nyina de wo pesa wotie no ene ye de ebebro de du so no aye Kokromoti power. Mabemo akwa babie Adom TV Premotobre Kasee no so Premotobre Power ne fan yadre na Savannah Regional Branch ma MPP amanyoku a regional organizer di wanimo ye Rahim Akiti Mahama enei wose Kufuado Baumia administration de nyame nimini wo ma boadwuma papa wode toto NDC abandada na John Dramani Mahama edi wanimo no a Savannah titu die MPP aboadwuma ewo hoye then ye wakasa wadamango wo West Gonja Mensino emu no wochiremu a eniema bebre na ben ya ye titu ni nyuma entinata se de ekono de form na nana nkrofo kan wo mudika na Savannah fonso enimu akotini bi Adom TV Kasee etwaso.
Yes. A decisive president as Nana Akufo-Addo has leveraged the suffering of a total of 397 students and their parents in the Savannah region. With an estimated amount of over 1 million Ghana cedis. 1 million Ghana cedis in old currency is 10 billion. Yes. 10 billion. In just 1 year, in 1 year alone. And then GMPC, which was left to the preserve and rights of people who were in authority, we also enjoyed it from Savannah region. Wow. Due to the hard-working and caring president we have today. GMPC also had 45 beneficiaries who had scholarship, various amounts. Another 509 students have been interviewed for this year, that is 2020, are waiting for this year award letters. This number is distinct from the huge numbers catered for by the various assemblies in the region. The decisive leader also took the pain to absorb all the school examination fees in the region. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot conclude without mentioning the thousands of our brothers and sisters who benefited from Nanado's free senior high school policy in our region. Most of whom, and this is worth noting, most of whom would have traveled to the southern part of the country in search of greener pastures. The first batch of free senior high school graduates in Savannah region are grateful to His Excellency the President for being a responsible father in whom they can trust. From the narrative above, it is palpably clear on the face of the evidence as put out that His Excellency the President, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, has outperformed candidate Mahama and his NDC in his home region.
Yeguswa yewo Premotobre Power nsam no emudia twetwe ni penny de ma NDC amanyokuo ede na proba kopiem wo Amansie South mensinim wo Santimantam na sama odi tudwa ene se NDC aban biem ebeba wo hwe ni mo se 2020 ebeba mu no ekwanfo ni nyina wo mbehwe na waye tichu e wo Amansie South mensino emu eye manso adobia manso keniago ehonom ne mpotemu ho no akwan no obeye edi amawo.
Ekwanya damanso dubia ene nimpotamu kwanya enyekora ewa Santimantam kromafo a efa kase na ye akuafo ene wonu a etu gold ibi dane da gese wodi moto ena enante ewo kwan no so otwetwefo panyi de ma NDC amanyoko no esedun katia ekopiem wo ho eno ditu dwa se safimpenu ne adunu abatoi wotoma NDC na se wotimi edi nkonim dia obaye wona kwa nyina dia ma wo mu afi wo besa ama wo mu motorcycle lanes ama moto nso etimi afa so NDC ntwaboko no koduru Amansie South mensini mu no emabunu bi wo ho je won feso na wodi tuja se wodi MPP amanyoko ne ho yawo okiremu a ehumu se NDC wonum a eprem ra hye bedwam de bere enne mampanyini akonwa no enya de a wodi nkonim ewo abato mpesua so won nso eye wopen so ene wo hunu mpuntunyuma pa ewo won kro ne so afi wakade to aso se MPP amanyoko no ama wabofom empempi de senti won de wonje wonni
mam de me hwe so ato aba ne ye kwane ne se kokuma se ne ye maaya na wo baby kura na so di she bi kokuma so ma ya na ya mhyehyie na nse ka ekweso adaje nim kura se ka na munu se ya be ka kontivia tie kwa ne de ehia ye pa se ye se manso ye se no manso sama ye kwa ne de ehia ye pa
kufu ado aba wono so wa mu aye enti kwa ne de sesi aye nim obi bia wo be ye kwa na ma ye a manse west pa de ye kwa ne de na nka ya adwen se aba kora de ye ntubiem ya bere ezan se ukokuma se a wo bere pa ansa wa ba bidru do me yesa mai ha
ezi amabe ya na so se mo ba besre ye campaign ni ento aba no fama mo ye ba ye afamu die nyina na so ye wie na se nyame kura ya adom na se mo konya ba bi tena anya de bi se mo betuma dam de abahwe se ye kwan kura ka Ghana kwan ho
eno achi na ochwehwerefo panyi de ma NDC amanyoko no Johnson se edun katia edete omanfo atwahia wo ho anim se NDC amanyoko no die omanfo ha nko a na eye wande hia esenti oto sere na nanom atena nkonwa ene kromafo se afimpinu ne aduonu abatoi wonkai wonchi no wonhwe enema pa NDC amanyoko no ba wo betimi ayama wo no mu won se sasade wosi eto aba no esan se NDC amanyoko no aye krado se akwan yenye nyina wo baso a wo betimi asiesie ede ama wo no
enunti Meba mede madam Fubitra kaimu. Yeba no afakwa no so asi enti santimamu pani. Anam say santimamu no. Santimamu pa no. Amansia pa so no. Yani monto aba maeno. Se wakota de kakra bi wo disete ha. Eye NDC insanu adwuma. Amanyo samti say don't know. Ubo ni mu na anyada. No ada na echire no abo hoso ahe.
Kokromoti power na wiso elshe Adom TV Premotobre Kasee no emu na wanchi MPP amanyoko mu mpanimfo se no kra bia ni mu da se mabunu ya wo wo akrobi bronu bia wo wanchi se wo mbeto atia wo mra hwebedwani na ne mampani de no wato de ama MPP fi se pani no Professor George Jambafo obosha wo hye ye nyina bia ni ho a wadi so no ene mpanimfo wo wanchi se no kra bia ni sa ensem ne mu
Nansemu ene beto abonten se eye MPP amanyoko no won krabata ewo wanchi omanfo wo honum ensem a wo kan se eye December abato no obeto no skirt and blouse enam se won emra hwebedwani wo honum emmoa wo munti enei ensem a ode aba abonten se sansem a enkofo na mabonten a wo keke ni nyina no eye NDC fo ena ahyada afa kwamboni bi so pese wode gu wanchi MPP amanyoko wo honum ehufin nanso enye sanete se wo kọ abato mpesua ne so a Fad Osman ena ye MPP amanyoko no nkitanwodie panyini na wone Adom Kasee etwetwesa ensemi ho nkomo no ensama odan no edi eni
akuru before do na ye to aba bi o to professor etuma MPP no enim se professor Adom akuruman enim se na Adom akuruman enso me bo ni 30 million euro o ko cities a 200 million Ghana cities o akuru na sa project ne ba ko sie enso akuru for sabi o mu de professor ba waye
Kaneno MPP amanyoko ni mu emebunu dom frefo a ne din ene asu aboaten enso ede ne de aka ensem yi hu bi
akro before enya ye wura proof the whole Ghana ye kasa se MPP party ni tini wanti se ni tini wanti so dia na sa obaso a party so tini akrobi nti every 1992 ye de ye tete ya ye bedu this stage no ye nto abama MPP lusu akrobi hada tembe ya to aba 80 to 90% na ye gusu to aba candidate bia ye be yino dine amaye no ye di anije ni oseye eleso sa candidate no
omanfo bi omodom MPP amanyoko no ewo wanchi enso ensamode ato Adom Kasee animu ni
afọ ayo school dan bebre ewo akrobia ama ye mma ye nuanom anya school da eko wase anya light aya light bebre e di amaye enti ye pese wasan batwa so asan babiom na wasan be yes aniama na oye no ebiom teachers bangro no wasan batwa so
emabunu ni bi enya ejuma enti enya se obeba na ometwa so na ye nuanom a omunye ejuma ye no omunye ejuma oba ye wa ma school ye manya baby tina enso omo ewian hye omo wasan me teachers banglo a teacher for nya baby tina and one some jomo, excellent Colana dear, and see enough prof. Say, Omra, for more, more.
Yɛbɛkɔ Asen South mensin mo mmarahyɛ badwani ɔwɔ hɔ ɛyɛ John Tim Fodwo na ɛne wɔde to constituency mani nyina nim sɛ yɛmfa nkyekyɛmu nkɔko ɛne mbɛdi ntwopotɔ nti wɔn nhwɛ na nkabɔ mu nya adwuma wɔ wɔn afam sɛ de bɛyɛ Asen South mensin constituency hɔ no nkunimdie ɛbɛyɛ wɔn dia.
Asen South mmarahyɛ badwani Olumiyan Fodwo ne Tim Fodwo ɛde afutuo soronko ama party menyina sɛ wɔnyɛ pempen so na nkrɔ wɔn kamom na atimini akam no mu na asepa ɛwɔ party mbɛbi akoma mu no wɔnyi na kwankambom sɛ de bɛyɛ a obɛnya nkunimdie ɛwɔ 2020 abato a ɛde animu yi Owura John Tim Fodwo de nsɛm wɔ nyina to dwa ɛwɔ bra party ma bɛsɛ mpim num ne nananom ehia ya na wɔno wɔn ɛbɔ nkɔmɔ ɛwɔ Asen South.
Abanpa wabɔ ne ho mɔden no ɔno ne yɛ soro bɔ ne ho ban nti bɛsrɛ sɛ Asen South Ghana kɔ na nyinaa December 7 obia ɛnto naba ama President Akufo-Addo yɛmbɔ abanpa ho ban na Ghana ɛnkɔ n'anim Asen South so deɛ yɛsi nkete sɛ mo amode sɛ Tim Fodwo na mbɛboa me nti yɛbɛtota srɛ Emrani Swa, Obia, Mpega Waka, Oko ballot box Nimwa, in Tim Fodwo nie, Nanani, Baby Osino, now Timso, and my sister acronym, and my Ghana so after Timapa.
Party many being so any Adom Kasee bonkomo.
The candidate I didn't call Reverend Tim Fodwo. Into the minimum Asen South to no.
The entire supporting the say, on a dinuma papa, Baba Aseha, Nayama, Yenya Biaye. Nanado, Emra Nanado and Kasayeno. Yadi Biba Asa Broncosia. Emma Omubakache said, a Broncosiano, MPP, two to Abamana, what MPP. Nanado Kasayne, who says, I know money in a drop, a Yakoshi, assassin and I nada. They say, who said, no cray woman is a very honorable in Tim Fodwo. Now a boy and near Mano Yama, Yenny, Yamani Papa or Romono, or Romo school, my mother and Vietnam, I am Yamano so Abash. I don't think you did Tim Fodwo.
Afedamo Ediaman boy, if Rasin Swahim and a Adom Kasee.
Yet, to Premotobre Kasee and so many posts signing a IGP James upon Buenum. They took Ghana for you name set when young to swap. He said, "What my credit so bumbo Ghana need this year be a hiano. Or the Bema won year better a ba year 2 on year 2 a being to 1 come on to 1 yam or Cobuno Mantam no more, and I wouldn't send me a tuja."
Opanyimpa woda aposifo ano ewo maimu James Opambuanu ene ne wahye Ghana phone cry say afempenu ne aduonu abatoi ode bambo kase pa ene baba omayimu ode sansem wetu dwa wabra wo ba nan ko obono mantam mu no kwakɔhye sedia aposifo ho nsɛm ekoso ewo mantam nim efa abato ho ode anema bia di a wahye ase a ode gu akwan mu ede aboa ahwe sɛ afempenu ne aduonu abato no eduru na se mentibe ho ase bisi a aposifo nso ebetimi aye afi wasatu to sra manyofo ene nanom atram konwa se emeburu na wo omayimu no ombo won se de be ya afi penu ne aduonu abatoi wonye abonefo sembia afi wasaka de to aso se baby bia enkane no nanka ya bohodin se wo de du abato so a mentime ho ase ne ntokwasem si no obema awobamba ho nsem wo ho mu ayedin se de be ya oye ne bia ensi
Sinyan Hale. Registration now, if I say the boyfriend say, if I say they address rehearsal mine because I who say baby say when in that say hobby to me aspaki violence no hobby to me aba and flashpoints na identify and as a flashpoints na you who maybe a nema saba say see any na no e be more dey say e be bo hoban I be my bamboo my den pa e wo ho and then just on Kwane Boban, other places in our school, even police for other security services, Abo home by. The idea about Kwane then say registration police for Kwane and numbers new Sakakra. But election idea, fire service for home, immigration for home, customs for prisons. Into apart from say war, you been Bambo police station no. About rapid response teams and no police for military for be respond to situation. Police for respond say your kind of situation that they are intimate handler military for them na and we are not commenting say about what that no you been total security.